welcome into the craft room. So happy to have you here with me. I cannot wait until y'all, I am just, welcome to Hot Mess Express Day 2. So last night, if you joined me in my VIP group, it was Hot Mess Express Day 1. I did at least brush my hair today, so that part's taken care of, but I've got my contacts in, so we're going to be doing glasses today. Sorry guys, have to do some glasses today, but I know that doesn't make sense, but my contacts are long range and I need contacts or I need reading glasses so I can see up close. Anyway, because I have to go drive a little bit this afternoon, so and I'm going to be walking, so I want to be able to see where everything very well far off in the distance. Anyway, y'all don't care about that. That's not why you're here. You're here to see some crafting going on. So welcome into the craft room. My name is Susan. You have reached the page of So Inspired Designs, and I hope that by the time you leave here today, you will be so inspired. Now, some of you may say, why so? Why SEW, Susan? That's my initials, you guys. And I like to play on words. I like neat things like that. So I am playing on words. That's my initials. And that's why it's called So Inspired Designs. So welcome, welcome. I've got my trusty iPad here. I'm going to make sure that I am live. And then I am going to sprinkle this out into, make sure it is sprinkled over to my other group, and to be sure that I can see any comments, because last night I could not see comments. So this is my temporary setup. I just got the craft desk completed. I had another piece I had to add onto it. Thank you for joining me. When you hop on, say hello. Let me just put one thing in comments and then we're going to get going with this craft project today. If I can get it highlighted. Nope. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted to do. Not what I wanted to do. Oh gosh. Wow. That just completely undid what I was trying to do. Oh, let's see. Will it let me go back? Oh, will it let me? I don't know. Yes. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Hang on, guys. I'm trying to get a post here that I can copy into my comments and then get off of that page. I have way too many pages open. Do y'all have too many tabs open today like I do? I have too many tabs open. So come on in. Let's see. I think that's done. I've been a busy beaver this morning. I've been a busy working girl, getting things posted and on Pinterest. Did you guys know I have a Pinterest? I get things posted on Pinterest. That I needed, that I was a little behind on, and then family stuff and mama stuff and wifey stuff and, you know, all the things, business stuff. So I've been doing a little bit of everything, been dabbling in everything today. Okay, really quick, this is going to be done. Promise y'all, it won't take me but a minute to put this in the comments for you. Okay, and pin it. So today we're going to work on a fun kit. It is yet another. I know you guys are like, is your daughter your only child? No, I have 3 children and a grandson. The boys just don't care about this stuff, to be honest with you guys. Now, obviously, I do special things for the grandson, but the boys, you know, don't care about this. Hey, thank you for sprinkling my friend Christy. She just finished up her live. I was watching her while I was getting ready. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, so, you know, a lot of times I'm doing projects. They're either for me, they're for my grandson, they're for a client, or they're for my daughter. So this one happens to be for my daughter. Again, when I was thinking through what do I need to get done, I didn't want to do another Valentine's project. I mean, let's face it, guys. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. I do have some cute projects that you can do with just whatever boys aren't, I mean, I know they care, but they don't care, right? They don't care about stuff like this. So, I could do another Valentine's project with you guys, but unless it's something that you really are dying to do, are you going to do it today? Probably not. Or tomorrow? Probably not. So, yeah, and I felt like it was just one day too early to be transitioning over to, St. Patrick's Day, because that's next on the list. I mean, some people say, no, it's spring. Spring is next on the list, Susan. I don't even count St. Patrick's Day. Well, I do. If you have followed me for any length of time, you know that I celebrate any reason or any season. So the next thing that'll be happening around here will be, that I'll be decorating for will be St. Patrick's Day. Lord willing, I will find my things that I have for that, because I don't have a ton, but I have some really cute projects I made last year. So I'll probably just re-show those videos, because we did not get any new designs in with Chalk Couture this year for St. Patrick's Day. So everybody has kind of just jumped ahead to spring. Well, you all know me. I don't follow the norm. I don't follow the norm. So this project that I'm going to be showing you is kind of like an everyday kind of project. And I got it back in, I think I got it in December. It was on, we had kits on clearance. And I'm a clearance shopper. This girl's a clearance shopper. And I like this kit, but it wasn't one of those, oh, I have to have it. And when it went on clearance, I'm like, well, I'm going to grab it because I know my daughter would love it. So she has a very hippie vibe decor going on at her house, boho. So she likes things. She loves plants. She loves all those colors from the 70s and things like that. So actually, before, when I used to have my desk turned around, you probably saw a disco ball in the background. It's actually a disco ball pillow that I found for her. And I was like, I got to grab it, and I don't want to ship it because it'll cost too much. So I'm going to wait until I go see her in March and take it to her, because it's every day. It doesn't have to be for a holiday, because like I said, she even did her Christmas tree like with disco ball stuff. So this particular project that we're going to do today came in a kit. It is no longer available. Most people that sell something are not going to show you things that are no longer available. I will do that if it's something I think I can inspire you to see. We have kits that you can create with. You can make more than one project with, or you can do something easily, or keep your eyes out for. So even though this particular kit is no longer available, I did post in my comments all of our new spring products that just launched last week. Some already sold out and on reorder. Some will not be reordered when they're sold out. And I also am featuring a link for, or I hope I'm featuring a link for, I'm supposed to be featuring a link for my kit section of my website. So you can see what kind of kits we have there right now. And some of them are on 50% off right now till the 15th. So, and they're not even Valentine themed kits. Excuse me, y'all. If you're wondering if my glass that I made the other week in my 5-minute project challenge is still holding up, it is. I use this almost every day. I wash it out. I do hand wash it, but I use it almost every day. So I've only got, you know, a few more days. Well, do you use stuff? I use stuff after Valentine's Day for February. It's kind of a February one, but I'm still using it. So it holds up perfectly. Okay, so I was going to pull up the website real quick and just let you know, because I did look at it beforehand. But like I said, my day has just gone differently than I thought it would. So if you are new, I am a designer with Chalk Couture, so I do love to share product ideas from Chalk Couture as much as possible, but I do lots of things, you guys. I was almost about ready to pull out a card kit for you today and show you some card making. I may do that tomorrow, because my husband's birthday's this weekend. Valentine's Day's tomorrow. We don't buy Valentine's Day, or I don't. We don't. I don't. My husband doesn't need that, and it's just, to me, it's feeding into the industry. Will we go out to dinner tomorrow night? Yes, we will. Will he maybe bring me something? Probably, just because he feels like he should. But I've told him I don't care about that stuff. I truly don't. I truly don't. So I don't buy into the whole media hype of trying to, you know, just basically promote buying in February. I have enough to buy for. He's got a birthday. My grandson just had a birthday. I have a niece and a great nephew that have a birthday. I feel like I'm missing. My father-in-law had a birthday. His birthday was always in February. So I feel like I already have enough reason in February to celebrate that I don't need a holiday for it. But, you know, to each his own. A lot of people love that stuff. Anyway, what was I getting? Oh, I wanted to pull up my kits. I've got my, my iPad here in front of me. I just want to let you know, normally we come out with a new kit at the beginning of every month, but we have a brand new one that is launching that, why is it not showing on here right now? It is not showing on here because it's not available yet. It was not released, and it was supposed to be released with our spring product last week, but it is not available yet. It has not come in yet. They are still waiting on that to arrive. It is a really cool beanbag toss kit. So that is on its way. That's the new kit for February once it gets here. Once I find out about it being released, I'll let you all know. But we have a cozy cabin kit that is 50% off right now. We have a pine wreath kit that is, oh, that one's out of stock. Too bad, because that one used the hoop wreath that's over here. I'm going to do a sneak peek later of what I did in my VIP group last night. It is a hoop wreath that has interchangeable pieces on it. We also have a Say It Ain't Snow kit for 50% off, $10.50 for everything you need to create a project. Plus, you're getting a reusable surface that you can use over and over again. Our letterboard went out of stock. That was a great deal. Our Let's Cuddle went out of stock. We still have a nativity kit available. We have a Chalkmade Birds of a Feather kit. I'm going to be doing a project with that. I actually have it down here. It's a pretty big guy. I don't know, maybe I'll start that. I'll either do it tomorrow or maybe I'll start it on Friday, because that one is fabulous, you guys. That one is fabulous. And then the vintage truck one is sold out. So we offer kits all the time on my website. You just have to keep looking at them. Right now, some of them are sold out because they're coming to the end of their term. You know, we're getting ready to introduce new ones to replace them. So that's what happens. And a lot of times when that happens, they will put them on sale. There's no guarantee. All of the products are always while supplies last. They don't guarantee that they're going to be there forever, even though, you know, a lot of them aren't evergreen. Sometimes we have evergreen, like the letterboard kit we did. That was certainly evergreen. Some of them are seasonal. So anyway, I'll have to say, maybe on Friday I'll start, because I'll be live in Take 5 tomorrow. Thursday I'm not coming on live. I have got to get some work done in this room. Friday I will be with Take 5 as well. So I may do a kit in there Friday, because tomorrow I might do something completely, totally off the wall, unless I decide to do that kit tomorrow. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But we're going to start this one today because I think it'll be fun. And I only want to be on here with you guys for, you know, a shorter time than what I don't want to be on here forever with you guys. And that one's a long kit. So this one was called, oh my gosh, I don't know what it was called. It was called Chalkmade Cactus. So look at this. What you get with kits is you'll get a transfer depending on the size. You know, when I did the pillows, it was a big one. It was a huge one, right? But this one is a B size. So it's like a sheet of a paper, 8.5 by 11, I think, or 8 by 10, something like that. And look at all these cool designs that are on here. I'm going to go ahead and take it out. So you get all of these fabulous options. And I'm going to take that off because I want to see. Now, normally with a kit as well, I think because I got this might have been a designer only special. Sometimes we have those. Save this. Always can use it for a project. That's why my craft room looks like it does. I just threw that aside. Hey, Barb, how are you, friend? But look at all these fabulous cactus that are on here. Look at it. They're so fun. Different sizes, different patterns, all different fun. And we got little things that say plant mom, sharp looking, pretty fly for a cacti. Oh, I like that one. Pretty fly for a cacti. So anyway, it actually came with also some actual shapes that stand on their own. Look, they've got little stands that also stand on their own with this. And it comes with some paste packets or single paste packets. Thank you. I have had this one a couple years too. This is a company called Sunshine Sisters. I love them to death. If you need a link, I will send you one. I'm not an affiliate, but I love small businesses that share positive messages. When you get some of our kits, this is something new they started doing towards the end of last year. Get this little card in with it. It says scan for how-to videos and more inspiration. So this got a little QR code on there. And the colors that this one came with were sage, pesto, camel, and guava. Because, you know, we're talking desert now. We're talking desert colors. So that's this. All these are single paste packets. You can get more than one project out of this. I do have tips and tricks in my VIP group to teach you how to preserve the chalk paste that, oh, you did? Awesome. Preserve the chalk paste that you don't use. Okay. I'm going to set those aside because I have all of those colors, I believe. Maybe not pesto, but I think I have one almost open, and camel, I think I have a one that's open. You also get paint trays. So these are just reusable plastic trays that you can use to put your chalk paste out on, okay? And a mini squeegee, because you need this tool to apply your chalk paste in. So with kits, you usually get everything you need to make a project plus instructions. Now, I don't see the instruction sheet in here with this one. I don't quite know why, other than if it's just because I might have got it on a designer special. I cannot remember, y'all. All right, so let me see here. I'm going to look at one thing. I believe, I'm not spelling it right. I believe I got an email from Chalk when I bought it. I did. I bought this kit and it says, your kit's coming your way. Great choice. We can't wait to see what you create with it. Here is a how-to PDF. So you can expect that to come when you order, sometimes when you order a kit. So that's pretty cool. But I love this, that these are, now I noticed there's no cut marks on here. Again, because it has so many designs on here, they haven't put score marks. So if you want to cut things out, you can cut things out. But I would tell you, just from experience, leave the back big, because I like being able to use things that way. Now, we are going to do, I'm thinking, this one is cool and this one is cool. I think I might do this. These are, let me see. Let me take this out of the packet before I tell you that. I was going to say they're double-sided. I wanted to look and see whether it was something I could do on both sides. So I am, instead of using guava, my girl is not a bright color. I love that that coral color is as me all the way. Love that color. She is not as bright of a color scheme type girl. She likes the more warmer tones. So I have picked papaya for my orange, and I'm going to pull out one of the greens. I may do sage green because I think she might like that. I also have forest green, but I think that might be too dark. Again, look, there's another freebie. Another freebie. Okay, let me set that over there. Actually, let me see if it tells you. Oh, I wanted to let you know. I'm telling you guys, I usually have my act more together. Do you see the mess behind me? This is why. When there's chaos around me, there's chaos within, right? So I'm trying. Cactus is fun design, right? There's so many different ways. And I actually will probably make more designs with these cactus. Like I can do some pennant banners or basically canvas hangings and things like that for her too. As I come up with some ideas for it, once I get a chance to focus on that. This little thing that comes with your cutouts, it will tell you, this just is for decorative use only. It's designed for Chalkology paste and transfers. So that's why it's, not to say that you couldn't do something different, but that's kind of what it's saying. So these little bases, they're all chalkable. This has a chalkable surface. So what does that mean? It's like a chalkboard. I could reuse it if I want to. Okay. So that's kind of like what these little things are for. Okay. And I think I might do Pretty Fly for a cacti, and I might do Plant Mom. But you can do something on both sides. Actually, maybe not the ends, but you've got all these little doodads. Maybe you could do these on the ends too. I probably ought to just pull up this PDF so I can look at it. Thankfully, right now I'm seeing comments on there, so I don't have to have it over here. Yes, so the PDF, I should have printed it out, looked ahead. I didn't. I decided when I came in here that that's what I was going to do today. That's how much forethought I've had time to do for project-wise. I've planned out my time, my week time, and I know bam, 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 but I haven't planned out my projects. There is a PDF. Let me show you what it looks like. This is what usually comes with your kit. You get a piece of paper that looks like that. I've shown you them before, and it tells you step-by-step instructions. So I'm just going to kind of refer to that because I like to show you guys how easy it is. We try to make it super, super easy. It'll tell you what comes in your kit. It'll show you a picture of a finished product, and it'll also tell you other things you may need or want to use with your project. Other than that, it's it can be as basic and simple as that, or it can be a springboard for you to create with. Okay, so okay, let's set all that aside, and I hopefully have everything I need right here close by. I hope so. Because that's been the biggest struggle is I don't have that. Oh, I don't have that. So I need a fuzzing cloth, and it says I might want a quick dry tool. But otherwise, this is everything that came. I just showed you all of that. And I am actually, where did I just put it? I have my own color tray. I'll leave that. When I do workshops or if I do bundles or if I do giveaways or sales, I keep my brand new paint trays aside for those so that I can give somebody something brand new instead of something I've used. Okay, so it's going to tell us to take these paste singles and knead them first. So when you ever get a paste single of ink or chalk, it's going to tell you to knead it. And basically what you're doing is stirring it up while it's still in the package and it's not squirting out at you, right? So this is kind of like a fast food, right? Package, like the ketchup or the soy sauce or the duck sauce. So you're just kind of mixing it up, mayonnaise, whatever you get. You're mixing it up before you use it. That's what it's telling you to do. That's what kneading it means. And then it tells you to cut it open and squirt out how much you want on your tray. So if I was going to use this one, I usually cut at the bottom, you guys. I cut at the bottom on a little angle, just a little opening, because the whole way to keep the remaining paste that you don't use for your project, to keep it in good condition is, I don't want too much like stuff going on my glasses, is to keep it airtight. So that's the whole way that you keep your paste, because chalk paste is just wet chalk. The same thing with ink. You just want to keep your ink moist. So I only cut off a little corner, and then when I'm done, I tape it over so that I can seal the air from being in there and taking away the moisture. Because once it's in here and it's dry, I'm not sure you could do anything. I guess you could cut it all the way open and spray water in it. Never had that happen, never tried it, so I don't recommend it. But you know how when my chalk paste is dry, I usually spray distilled water into it, but I can do that easily when it's the jar, as opposed to a paste single. Now, like I said, I'm going to pull my sage, which I may actually need to. I did not. And I won't do any bling, you guys, because my daughter does not care about bling. Okay, that's eucalyptus. I don't know if she doesn't even want that. Let me see. No, eucalyptus is too blue. All right, I'm going to pull my sage, and I want to pull I'm thinking about that's a pumpkin. That's too bright. I was thinking about a yellow too, just in case. And it said camel. Okay, so the rest of them I have here in single packets. Let me check this out. You guys, I have had this since 2021. You can do it. You can keep them. Now, it may not be moist because I haven't used it in a while. Oh, it looks good. I think I must have sprayed water in it the last time I used it, so it just needs a stir. Hooray! And then I'm going to look and see what I have here for my, what is that even from? I don't even know. What I keep, this is where I keep my little singles. This was a yogurt container. I don't throw things away, you guys. I reuse them. So this is where I keep my little singles that I've used already, that I need to, and I try to store them. I usually store them. I like to be able to see the color, but I try to store them with the paste stain in it. Okay, so here's pesto. I don't know that we're going to use pesto, but I'll pull it out. And there's camel. Okay, so those are ones that I had a pesto jar and I used it all up, and I decided I didn't love it enough. Look, I have 2 pestos. I did not love it enough to, that's a brand new pesto, so we'll try this one. I didn't love it enough to keep it. And camel, look at that. I didn't love those colors enough to buy a whole jar. So that's why I just buy paste singles myself sometimes. Or I save them from other projects. Okay, I don't need anything else in there. I'm going to have a couple of those, though, I think, because I might need more than one. And we'll have that. Okay, so I'm going to stir this up just to have it ready. And then we're going to look at our papaya and see if that needs any moisture added to it. Okay, that still feels a little thick. So here's Chalk Paste 101. Chalk paste should feel, when you get it, it's creamy. This is our creamy, dreamy formula, okay? And when you get it, it should be the consistency of like a frosting or sour cream or a whipped cream cheese. or yogurt. You could even say yogurt if you want to talk about healthy, okay? That still feels a little too thick for me, and the reason why you needed a certain consistency, and if you're getting it in the pack and you're kneading it, it's already that consistency. If you're getting it in a jar and it's brand new, it's already that consistency. It's just because this is older. They don't even guarantee. I mean, the fact that I have this and it's been since 2021 is awesome. Obviously, I use this color quite a bit, but not all the time. But if it's not that consistency, it's going to have a harder time getting through your silk screen. I only use distilled water because I don't want fungus to grow in there. And when we use our tap water, you've got elements in there and stuff in there that can cause bacteria. So that feels much more fluid, and that's what you want when you're putting your chalk paste on. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. And the way that it gets dried out like that is if it's either just been sitting a really, really long time, or it's been in a dry area, or it's the lid's been open a lot. Okay. What other color? Oh, this one. We're going to look at this one. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to use these guys or not, but I'm going to set them aside just in case I want to, because we could use those for some of the little elements on the side here. Let me stir it because I can't tell. I got little thingies happening here from the lid. Yeah, that's kind of thick too. I haven't used papaya in a while. I love papaya. It's a great kind of muted coral color. It's still a coral. Obviously, it's supposed to represent the color of papaya, just like sage is supposed to represent the color of a sage herb. So this definitely needs some more blending to make it smoother. And then let's see. So we're going to use that. I'm trying to decide if I want to use pesto. I think I might. So we could have two different color. Oh, that's much better. See that? Look at that. Gorgeous. And I am terrible about cleaning the edges of my jar. You should do a better job. This is one thing where it's one example of it's do as I say, not as I do, because I'm always in and out of the craft room. So I need to take one day a week that's kind of like craft room maintenance. Once I get it done and set up and organized. Look at that. I don't even like that. That's coming off because it's almost like it's gross. It's just not going to blend in. So we're going to let that go. Okay, got those two. Let's see what else we could get going here. Let's check out our pesto. I just don't know if I want to use camel. That is the most boring color. It's obviously appropriate for some things, but if that's not the most boring color, I need a little more something than that. I don't know. I feel like I need a yellow. Okay, this one is feeling like down here at the end, it has gotten really dry. So I am going to cut it pretty significantly because I'm going to throw this packet away when I'm done. I have had this packet a long time. So I'm just going to try to squeeze out what's left in here. I feel like it got compromised, that it's dried out. So we're going to see. We may be opening another pesto. I don't think I'm going to need a ton, but I obviously am going to try to get the last little bit of this out. Now the project itself is not going to take that long. Look at that. See how that dry is? It obviously either it did not get sealed all the way, or I left it sitting open for too long, or it's just plain too old and tired. So that one's going in the trash. I don't even have my trash can where I can get to it well. So to reconstitute that, I'm going to try adding some water to it and let it sit there for a second. And then we'll get us another squeegee. Now, what other, I feel like I'm not digging the camel, y'all. I'm not digging the camel. I feel like she loves yellow. Let me find a yellow that's going to work. Hang on, guys. Of course, we're going to need our squeegees. Hang on. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Let me see. I feel like I have a good yellow in a shimmer. Maybe I will do a shimmer. She won't be too upset with me if it's a good color. She does like her yellows. I like yellows, but I certainly love my sunshine. But Where is it? Oh my goodness. See, this is why I don't like storing them in these kind of, y'all get to see all the behind the scenes stuff. There we go. Let's use this one. This one is Shimmer Harvest, which I do love in the fall, but pretty fly for a cacti. Plant Mom. I feel like it's dry. Yep, it's dry too. Woo! We're just hitting the jackpot today. I haven't used it in so long. This is a great color for fall, and it reminds me of sunshine. Like the Shimmer Harvest, I think, is even more. And there was another color, Saffron, that I did not get that was new this year as well. I'm just trying to think if I want to use a Shimmer Olive. One of my other shimmers for her other word. For the words anyway. I don't think she'll get too upset with me if I do that. Let's do that. Oh, that's not even shot all the way. That's my, is it even, it's brand new. That's brand new. Maybe we'll do copper. I feel like I did buy a new copper, but she likes golds and coppers and stuff. We could do Nominee. We could do that. I could do that instead of Camel. That's kind of a neutral. Let's do that. All right, we're going to need to mix up some. Now, I could do this completely. I could do a whole, like, canvas hanging, or I could do another project with this because I love plants. I'm a plant mom. The apple didn't fall far from the tree. And I like cactus, and I think all that stuff's cool too. That's much better, much better, much better. But I could do this in bright colors, you guys. I could do it in any fun colors I wanted to. It could be super cool. Nominee, I know will be fine, so I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so need your paste singles. Cut the slits open like I was telling you. Cut them open. Use your tray. Squeeze out a little bit. Honestly, squeeze out like the size of a pea to a dime, because you cannot put it back into the packets. I hope that I am not missing any comments, y'all. If I do, I will go back, I promise, because right now I can't see anything else happening. There we go. All right, here we go. You can't put it back in, but you can always squeeze more out. Okay, so I just added that water, and we're just going to try to get this a little smoother. And if it doesn't, then I have another packet I can open up. I just don't, you don't want it watery. You see how watery that is? That's way too watery. So if I can't get this to be the right consistency, I'll just open up a new one. I have a variety of colors because I like to have options, and I like to have a lot of different colors. So that's why if I run out of a jar after I finally run out of a jar, I really think about it and say, do I really need that color to be in a jar, or could I get by with just getting a paste packet? Because a lot of times we'll have what did we do? We did buy 4, get 1 free, or buy 5, get 1 free. I don't know, something like that. So we have specials on paste packets sometimes too. All right, let me grab my other pastel. I'm going to grab this one that's in here because it's older, and I'm going to try to use my older stuff first. I know she loves the forest green, but I feel like that's way too old for a... Okay, so here we are. I'm going to knead this, and I'm going to add a little bit of it to my tray. I'm going to cut off that corner. Now, you can use Scotch tape, or you can use washi tape. You could probably even use painter's tape, as long as you're getting a good seal with it, you guys. I need to set that up differently, I think. All right, so just squeezing a tiny bit. I'm coming down here close to the edge and squeezing a tiny bit out to add to what I already have going on here. Because I'm not going to need a lot. And that's probably even more than I need. So then once I have, make sure y'all can see it. Hey, Lydia, thank you. Thanks for joining. once you have, sorry, I don't know if I can get the light on that enough. It's like then I'm out of the screen. I cut that just enough, and now I'm going to put a piece of tape on it to seal it back up. Save all the air in there. We don't want it to get dry. Okay, so now that's sealed. Hopefully I got it all completely closed this time. All right, I'm just going to add that to what I have here. It's still probably going to be a little too thin, but we'll let it sit and get some air on it. Okay, so for the first part, let's see here. Let's do this first. I like this little saying here. I'm actually, because I'm using these, thanks for joining me, Lydia. I like using, when I'm using cutouts like this, I like to keep basically the backer sheet. I can keep it right on here, or I could cut it out and put it on here. So either way, I'm going to look and see if it works this way. I don't like that. So we're going to cut it. We're going to make our own cut lines. If it was flat, like what I was using last night, just a chalkable shape, then I would probably just leave it on the backer sheet. But since it's not, cut your transfer into separate pieces to ease the application process. Do not cut along or close to the edge of each individual element. Yes. So when you do cut, this teal part is the vinyl. So you need that to be, you need to have that. Don't cut into the image where it's the white part, where it's the silk screen. You definitely need a border around any of the designs that you cut. Okay, whether it's words or designs. Like I said, I don't know why they stopped. I think they said with some of them, it's just too hard to do the, I'm not going to do anything to this to prepare it. It should be ready to go. It's a chalkable surface. I mean, it's brand new. I'll probably fuzz it once, but I don't need to fuzz it a lot. Okay, so give me a sec because I'm going to make sure I have it on straight. Lydia, I hope you're feeling better. I saw you were not feeling well yesterday. I hope you're feeling better. Bunch of stuff still going around. It's rearing its nasty heads. Okay, so, okay, we gotta figure this out, y'all. There we go. Pretty fly for a cacti. Okay, I like that, and I think it needs bling. So we are going to use one of my, I'm just going to use I'll just use one of these. Let's see what I got. I need to dump this out. I've got some smaller ones. Sometimes I'll take my mini squeegees and cut them in half. Or I take these, I take this size squeegee and cut it in half as well. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. Feel better. Thanks for stopping by. That is so sweet of you. Okay, so we're going to do Pretty Fly for a Cacti. We're going to do that in the Harvest, Shimmer Harvest, because I think it's going to be fun. I'm just pulling it off of there just to save some work. And it will be like butter. Just like butter. You can smear bread or, no, butter bread or smear a bagel. That's what I usually say. Excuse me. Then you can definitely do chalking. I love that these are self-adhesive so they stay in place. I love that they're silk screen so that they are give you a great image, and that I love all of it because it's reusable. Look, see, I barely used any of that. I'm gonna put it back on the edge. That is why my edges look like that, is because I do that. And you have we have a tool that you can go in there and clean all that up, and I hardly ever do. But here we go. You guys can see. So I'm curious. I asked last night to my viewers in my VIP group, look at this. Isn't that fun? Oh my gosh, you guys can't see anything. Let me try again. Can you see that better? Isn't that fun? Okay, so I asked last night, I'm gonna put this down on my tray, spray some water on it until I can wash it in the sink. I keep them moist. It just makes my job of cleaning it easier. So I'll set that aside and let that dry, and then we'll do something on the back and on the sides too. So I'm going to leave that out. And then for this one, we're going to do Plant Mom. I was asking, do you prefer this kind of view? Because I forever and ever and ever did my projects like this, where you guys were here in front of me and I showed you on my desk with just the one view. So you could see me and the work at the same time. But I really and truly want to know, I have bought something, as you all know, I've been using a different setup where I could show you the actual work that I'm working on and me at the same time. That was my Christmas gift. And I only need to do that, like, I don't even really need to do that because do you see how much silk screen's in there? Do you see how much is there? It's not going to grab too much, so I don't have to worry about it stretching my transfer. But I would really love to know, do you prefer this kind of view and setup? Because I'm going to be doing a poll hopefully today. Gosh, the day has gotten away from me already, and I have like, I'm going to have to be away from the computer from like 3 until like 5:30. Okay, so Plant Mom, how fun. Okay, so this one I want to do, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I have my pesto over here for my cactus, but I have all this leftover pesto, right? I think I'm going to grab some of this and mix the two. I'm going to grab some of my sage and mix it with this pesto I got going on over here. Create my own color just because I can. We're just playing. Come in the craft room and play. Come play with me. Okay, we're going to do that. That way it's already a little thicker too. We're just going to see. It's just making it a little bit different color green, shade of green than what, not much difference, but I'm going to do the other stir because it's got more of that other sage color on it. And remember, this is chalk paste, so I can wash this right off. And I'm doing it on this chalkboard material, so it is reusable if I want it to be, or it can stay on there forever if I want it to. I doubt we'll be changing it out. Yeah, that helps. That makes it a little bit lighter. It's pulling off some of the other green. If y'all ever have any questions about any of the products I'm using or the processes, the techniques, feel free to ask me in comments or send me a message if you don't feel comfortable doing that. I'd love to be able to answer your questions. Okay, I'm going to do even more cheek. You like this view better. Thank you for telling me that, Barb. I had a feeling, I'm not surprised with that. But I would really, really, really rather, I mean, I am still going to keep that set up, but I'll probably use that specifically for YouTube, my YouTube videos, or sometimes when I'm doing videos where I'm just showing you the project, not visiting with you. So obviously I consider when I'm doing my lives, I'm visiting with you because it's more fun to craft with friends, but I want to make sure that I'm doing it in a way that you guys like it. So I appreciate your feedback. And I'm also going to put up a couple other polls here over the next couple weeks, just trying to get some feedback because I want to tweak my page and my presentations to work with. Do you see I'm just using this little baby spatula? It works too. Since the chalk paste was already on there, might as well. You just want to push it through. It's super easy to use. I want to customize my, you know, the experience for you guys because that's what Facebook's about. It's about the social part and it's about being here together. For YouTube, it's a whole different, you know, audience. Not that it's not this. Some of my viewers don't go over there, but you're definitely looking for a different experience over there. So I've been wanting to know. My hands, good chalk paste on. Okay, so I got that completely covered. I hate my lighting situation, but that will improve too. I'll get that better once I get my table set up right. Oh my gosh, how cute. And I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. So there is distressing built into it, but it could be the way I put the chalk paste on. So I'm gonna smooth that out a little bit more. I think that was a little more, oh, maybe that's what way it's supposed to look built in. Isn't that fun? Look at that. Plant Mom. Super wet because that was wet. So I need to, okay. So now I've got 2 of these done, right? We're gonna let those set aside for a minute while we work on our cacti. Okay, so I think I'm gonna use this design on the big one and this design on the little one. And then so they are double-sided, but, oh, it is. They're double-sided, y'all. Okay, see, somebody's smarter than I am. That's exactly the way it's supposed to be. So they're double-sided, so I can do one on one side and then flip it over and do one on the other side. Isn't that fun? Okay, now I got to decide if I'm going to try to cut these out too. We'll see. Oh, I love that flower. She would love that one. I might have to do a couple of those on the sides of both of them. And then, I don't know, maybe some sagebrush. I'm not a big fan of that, but I think she might like that. So we'll see. We might do Looking Sharp on one of them and then the little fence kind of thing. Oh my gosh, come on guys. Now I do believe so I'm just gonna try to guide my scissors around where I want it. Create my own little lines. I do believe I'm going to do different colors. I don't know what that would be. Oh no. On each side, and she can mix and match them. She can flip it around and change them around however she wants. So I kind of jumped ahead, but it will tell you step by step. Cut them into separate pieces. Again, I do highly recommend that even if you're cutting your transfer apart, that you keep the backer sheet intact because it's just so much easier to store. But if you don't care for that idea, then ignore me and do it the way you want to do it. Since we're here, we'll go ahead and cut this part too. Could have just cut all of it at the beginning. I get so eager to go ahead and get the creating done that I jumped ahead. Yes, so that is valuable feedback to me, whether or not you like this view better or you like where you can see the project better. Because sometimes, especially right now, I know my lighting is not good. So, and it's the time of day. So if you would, whenever you see a poll, if you are a, someone who watches quite a few of my videos, even if you're not here live, if you're catching me on replay, I would still value your feedback if you would answer any of the polls that I put up. Because again, I am trying to create something here that is enjoyable for you. This isn't just for me. This is definitely for me too. Crafting is therapy to me. It is a way to be creative and to have an outlet. It's not just a business for me. I love to be able to encourage others to be creative and to try things out and to inspire someone to have an idea. So it's definitely for me, but I want you guys to be able to enjoy it since you're the ones joining me here. And as always, I appreciate it when you guys sprinkle it out into the universe. Spread the love of creating. Okay, that's probably enough cutting out. Okay, so we are going to do, I think I have this one. So again, this is a chalkable material. So what does that mean? It's a chalkboard. It's basically a chalkboard. Maybe it's because it's too bright from that light. That light is good. It's a good craft light. I inherited that actually, but you see, I don't have to do anything to it to prepare it. I could sand it if I wanted, or I could wax it if I wanted. I am not even gonna fuzz this little bad boy because it's so little of the vinyl touching the sticker part that's touching the surface. I think I'm gonna have to flip it around, y'all. That I wanted to grab it. So I'm not worried about it stretching my transfer, because that's the main reason we fuzz, is so that it doesn't stretch our transfer and grab it too much. But in this case, there's not that much on there. So I want to make sure. I think what I care most about is whether that looks centered. So I think once I get that done, the rest of it will fall in place. I think. And smooth it out. I am so excited that it's double-sided. Okay, get another squeegee. Get another squeegee. And I will probably spray some more water in this when I get ready to close it up, just because where I've let it sit out in the air a little bit, it gets thicker already. But look, I think she's gonna like these colors. She definitely has orange and gold and yellows, like mustard kind of yellow. That's why I thought the harvest would be better. But with your kit, you can just do it the way it comes. Y'all don't have to change it around. I just always do. But you don't have to. It would be fabulous, and anyone would love this, whether you were given it as a gift. The kits are also a cool idea for someone that is in your life that's crafty, and maybe you want to just give them something different. Maybe it's something that, you know they're a crafter or they're a creative person, but they've never tried it. The kits are the cool way to go. And we have lots of different price points. Be right back, no problem. Thanks, Barb. So they're the way to go. I would have loved to got stuff like this, y'all. I'm serious. I am not just saying that. I would absolutely have loved to have gotten these kinds of things. I know that it was just supposed to find out about Chalk Couture, but I never heard about it before I did. And I would have loved to have gotten things like this. So then you just peel, the magic of transfers. Peel and reveal. And look at all those cute little details in there. Aren't they adorable? Okay. So let that set aside until it dries. Again, I'm going to add some water. We're going to use that again probably on the back side of the... So let's see. And we'll do one side of this in the papaya as well, okay? I'm going to do this one in the papaya. And I know I didn't cut that little guy off. Maybe I should. I did not cut him off. I was thinking, oh, it won't get in the way, but maybe I will, just so it doesn't pick up any lint or something else. It's hard to tell what I might have on this table. I am excited I found my mat, at least, my crafting mat. So you guys, we are getting like epic wind. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, it is like crazy windy. It started in the middle of the night and super, super windy. Whoops. Get on over there. Super, super windy. Like what we've gotten with tropical storms and stuff like that before, and thunderstorms. But it's like gusting up to like 50 sometimes. And so we had a high wind advisory, and we've had a coastal advisory. Whenever it's going to be windy, it definitely, it stirs up the ocean. So they have coastal flood advisory. It doesn't affect us, thank goodness, even though we're super close. But the wind has been blowing and whipping, and then every once in a while it'll really pick up, and I can hear my wind chimes all the way out back. I'm around the front of the house, all the way out back. Okay, I'm not liking how that guy is. Let's see if I can get that over there a little more. Then we'll fix the rest. You can see through these transfers really well. They're thin enough. I like it that they're translucent enough that you can see through it to place your shape. And then we're going to just do it. Go for it. I'm going to go for papaya on this back one too. I'm just mixing in a little bit of that water that I just did. Yeah, I'm feeling like for the most part on Facebook, people prefer this kind of view because it feels more like you're just hanging out with me in the craft room. So even though I'm really excited and thankful that I got that other device, I can definitely use that for when I'm creating videos, content, just to post a video or a reel to show y'all a little snippet of things. Because sometimes if I don't get a project finished, I'm like, oh, I'll just do a video of it. Sometimes it's easier just to go ahead and do it live, but then sometimes it's like, oh, I'll just do a little video of it and show them. A lot more marketing involved than you all would imagine. A lot more behind the scenes than you would imagine. It's not just about when you decide to do it as a business. Just because it's not just about the creating and that's the fun part. Obviously, that's the reason why I got into it. But if you're actually trying to work it as a business, you have trainings and meetings and learnings and marketing and tax stuff. I haven't even started on my tax stuff, you guys. I'm dreading it. I dread it every year anyway. I used to work for my father-in-law, who was an accountant, had his own accounting firm. He was a CPA for over 55 years. And I started helping him out when I started working when I was 18 or 19. So I dread anything to do with stuff like that, just because I have a knack for it, because I am very detail oriented, but it's not fun. It is not fun. This is fun. So I am bad about putting things off when it comes to that stuff. I manage the money day in and day out and keep my pulse on it and stuff, but as far as actually sitting down and doing reporting and record keeping, I'm not as good about that. I'm confessing that to y'all right now. Back, welcome back. Okay, super cool. I'm gonna turn it, pull it back. And it has this distressing and details already built into it. Do you see it? The lines and stuff. Now, if you wanted to, you could have painted the cactus. We could have painted, I'm flipped backwards. I could have painted the cactus a different base color instead of white. You could certainly do that. Paint it with acrylic paint or chalk paste and then do a layer over top of it. If you wanted a little bit more dimension, you could absolutely do that. I decided not to go that route this time, but you could. Let's see what else here. So now both of those are wet. We're going to set those aside for a second. That color's papaya. Isn't it fabulous? I'm going to leave it open for a minute just in case. Let's see if there's anything else. Select a cactus or a base piece and its coordinating transfer. Peel off the transfer, fuzz the transfer. Again, guys, on this kind of thing, depends on how much silkscreen you have. Hello, John. It depends on how much silkscreen you have as to how much you fuzz it. You notice I did not really fuzz any of them much because I don't feel like it needs it. So sometimes you need to do that and sometimes you don't, but I'm dealing with really open pieces, so I haven't really been worried about that. Place the element on the transfer, smooth it out, make sure that it's properly adhered, no bubbles or wrinkles. I always tell you guys that. Generously apply the paste over the element with your squeegee using the color desired. Before it dries, remove your transfer. Always, 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 always. Make sure that you pull it back as soon as you get it done. Pull it back slowly. If you've missed anything, lay it back down and fix it, okay? Let's see, this one should be dry. It is. So we are gonna go ahead and do something on the back here. We're gonna do Pretty Fly for Cacti. So on the back of this one, I think we're going to put this little element here. Now it does have a little more vinyl to it than the other one, but I still think we're going to be okay. We're going to put this right on here and give us what it's going to look like a little, I don't even know what. like a border thing, almost like a border fence. I don't know that you'd have that out in the desert, but you know, doesn't have to be a complete representation, right? If you were going to use these cacti, maybe you had a house, a picture, or a design where you were doing a house and you wanted to add some cactus around it. There you go. You can do that. You can have your little garden border here, right? Okay, so what color do I want to do on this one? Let's see. Pretty flower cacti. Let's do the harvest again. Let's do the gold again on this one. Okay. Y'all, I am like everywhere. Flicking stuff. There we go. I went right off the edge of that. So it is super windy, but at least it's like 61 degrees, I think. So, and it's not a cool wind, I don't think. Although we are supposed to cool down tomorrow. I think it's supposed to get back in the 50s tomorrow. We've been in the 60s since Friday or Saturday. I don't remember which day. All right, I'm going to flip that actually over here on the side. Pull that back. You see that? And that distressing is already built in, so it's supposed to kind of look like that. Can you guys see? Sometimes a little bit of shadow helps better, I think. I'm going to leave it on the side for a minute because we're going to put another element on it. I'm going to put one of those flowers. All right, let's see. This is the flower I said I think she would like. I just realized because last night I put something on upside down and I was like, really? And I even took the time to look at it and thought I was doing it right side, and I didn't, and I had to undo it and redo it, and I was just like, oh, did I just put that on right? Please tell me I did. I did. Sometimes the brain works really well, and other days it's a struggle. So I am just proclaiming that everything is good because it started off, my day started off with a text from my husband saying he had gotten a notification or a voicemail saying, please check about your identity. We think somebody might have, and it was mine, that somebody might have some, you know, an alert. And I'm like, oh, really? Great. No, we are not doing that. Not today, Satan. Not today, Satan. Okay, so see, we're going to use that cute little flower, and I think I'm going to do that on both. No, I'll do a flower on both sides of this one, and I'll do a tumbleweed on both sides of the other one. But I guess I shouldn't introduce any more colors, right? Right. Let's just stick with our color scheme we've already got going on. We're going to do the flowers in papaya, okay? So I know I've used it a lot, but we're just going to go ahead and do the flowers in the papaya. Let me get that little guy off of there. Why did I put oh, I thought I put my scissors over there, guys. It was my drink. I hope everybody else's weather is doing okay. I just feel like more water, more water. It's like more cowbell. If you know that, right? More cowbell, more water. All right. And I'm going to do this back to back. I think I am, because I don't want to wash my transfer. Pull it off. And I got some there that I didn't mean to get. So I'll just take a wipe and clean that off. And I'm going to try to do this without putting it down. And go ahead and do my next image. There we go. Perfect. Isn't that fun? Can y'all see that? I love that little flower. Now see, I could use that flower on other things. If you guys caught me on Sunday, no, Saturday, I did some earrings. That flower would look so cool on some of those earrings, right? That flower shape would look so cool. Okay, put that down. And I'm just spraying water on these. I have one of those like dish drying mats you get from the Dollar Tree down there. And I'm just spraying water on them, guys. I do want to take a wipe. And it's just tap water in this particular container. And I do want to take a wipe because I did get some papaya where I didn't want to. So hang on. I'm just going to wipe along the edges before it dries. If it had dried, I could just scrape it off. The sides feel like wood, and I didn't do anything to prepare them because they're small enough. It wasn't going to be a problem. Okay. So now that whole little doodad there, that whole little stand is done. So we're going to set that aside. Okay. And I'm going to close up my papaya till next time. But wouldn't that make a cute earring? That little flower? Okay. Done with that. Let's pull this over. I think we're done with our harvest. Yeah. I think we're done with our harvest. Sorry. That shouldn't have taken that much thought, but it did. We're done with harvest. And I feel like we'll just add a tiny squirt in there. Make sure that stays moist for me because I don't use that color a lot. All right, put those up. And then, okay. Let's go ahead and pull this guy over. And we'll do the back. Oh, that still feels damp. We're going to leave that. We're going to leave that for a minute. Okay, let's get back to this guy. He's done. Let's just hit it with the air dryer to be sure. He is dry. I don't know why these cacti are here all of a sudden, but he is dry. So we're good. We're going to do the back side of it. And we're about done. Now, like I said, you could have painted any of this white you wanted with another color. So maybe, like that camel color that came in the kit, that camel, you could have painted everything in the camel color and then done these other colors over top of it. The sage, the papaya. No. Well, I did papaya. They have guava. I could have painted them and done that. I did not. If you guys want to see what that looks like, I can do that on the back side here. I could paint it with camel. It wouldn't only take a minute. We could do it. We could do it. Let's do it. We're going to flip these over for a second. We will take a little bit of camel. I'm going to get another tray. I don't have one close. And we will paint. See, this particular one has a piece of, what do you call it? Duct tape on it. So it's for sure nice and, I'm going to do a little tiny bit here. It's for sure nice and sealed. Did I get it open? We're going to put some of that out and paint it. So I want you guys to see. And I guess that way also she'll have a chance to see what it would look like. Or, you know, if she would like to have it a different look. And then the colors that we use on top of it are going to be very, they're going to stand out more than they would on the white. Okay, so I just picked up a little bit of the camel. I will tape that off. Again, I'm just going to use my Scotch tape because that's what I have. At least it's not gloomy today, even though it's very windy. Yesterday was so gloomy all day, and the day before it got gloomy late in the afternoon on Sunday. And yesterday we never saw the sun, and today it is glorious. Gloriously sunny because of all the wind. Okay, let's add a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of water to that. And we are going to get a paintbrush. one of my paintbrushes and turn this into, I could have painted it full strength. I'm just going to water it down a little bit just to make it a little easier to put it on. You can always do more than one coat, but this, you can turn your chalk paste into paint as well. So what's going on with your weather, Barb? I'm so glad to hear you got your, now I'm going to try to not get this on the edges. Try to keep it just on the front. So glad to hear you got your furnace. Cannot believe they expect someone to go that long without a furnace in your climate. It's crazy. If I get it down the sides, I'm not going to be too stressed. I can always go with a file. If the wipe won't take it off, I can take like a file, fingernail file down the sides and just kind of sand it off a little bit. I was able to get all the kids' Valentine's stuff sent. So I sent my daughter's last week and she's gotten it already. And then I sent my oldest son's on Saturday and it's supposed to be there by tomorrow. I left the one for my little buddy when I was there for his birthday. And got my younger son's card in the mail yesterday with some gift cards. And he's the closest to me, so hopefully he'll have that probably by today. When he gets home from school. He has classes today. He has classes all day on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at college. And then online other times whenever he can work it in. He has I think he has 2 online classes. It's kind of full schedule. And then he works too. He works a lot. Busy guy. Can't even get him down here to visit. We're about 2.5 hours away from him. That's our closest now. I was talking to my son the other day though, and he's like, Mom, if you want, Keegan can come for his spring break and actually have like a real spring break because it should be warmer there. The first week of April. I said, well, let me make sure with Daddy, nothing's planned that I don't know about. So he's good about popping things on me at the last minute. Make sure that that'll work. So see how easy that is? I'm just painting it. And guys, I'm not going to do a second coat. I'm doing 1 coat. And I'm not real worried about having brush strokes or any irregularities because, I mean, I'm trying to do the best job I can and not have a ton of them, but it's a cactus, for goodness sake. It's going to have some irregularities. And if you notice, I'm not going all the way down because that's the piece that goes in to the little stand. Okay. And hopefully once I'm done, you're not going to be paying attention to that. If you wanted, oh, hey, Tammy, hey, you're home. How are you, friend? I'm almost finished. When I get finished, I'll get everything cleaned up and we can get to business. We can get going. Sorry, I haven't looked up, y'all, but you could paint it any color you wanted. You could paint both sides. You don't even have to put the designs on there. If you just wanted to paint the, y'all, I got it way down there. Paint the back side. You could just paint the back side a color and not put a design on it. You could paint all of it. You could use these guys. Okay, I showed this last night in my VIP group. You can take your cutouts, guys, and use it as a stencil. And you could trace around it. And I may do that before I give this to her. Trace around it and get more shapes. I don't think that we have a SVG file for this one. So, but you could trace around it and get more shapes that you could play around with and do whatever you wanted with. So on foam or chalk suede paper that I sell, I love that. Watercolor paper. This would be really pretty in a watercolor. I may do that. I would love that in a watercolor. I love watercolor paintings. And I have everything I need for watercolor. I just haven't taken the time to do it. Only on rare occasion. Okay, so see? That whole back side painted. Look, I didn't even need that much. I had a lot more than I needed. I could paint. Always, I don't want to waste stuff. Okay, let me see here. What I got going on. Yeah, so Tammy and I are planning on starting. So, ooh, I'm almost out of power on my iPad. Immediately clean your transfer elements with cool water. Don't let them soak. Dry with the flat side sticky up. Once they're dry, use the coordinating transfer to apply paste to the unfinished sides. So what it was trying to say with that and these instructions, I'm just telling you what the instructions say. That, you know, do one side like I did, and then you could go clean your transfers and then come back and do the other. That will be dry and you could do the other side. I am not doing it that way, but that's how you could do it. Allow time for the pieces to dry before assembling and put the sharp decor set on display. But it just tells you how to clean your transfers, how to clean your, how to store them. We're just going to kind of use this leftover little bit of paint right up here on the top because I have it. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to get rid of it. I'm not going to try to save it. So I'm just going to do this on the top. Take away some of that stark white. I definitely got it there where I don't want it. Let's see if I find that wet part. Where I didn't want it, I just wipe it off. And if it's still messed up, I'll take my little board eraser to it, that section, because that's a chalkboard part. I'm missing comments, I know, because I'm trying to paint, but I will catch them in just a minute. When I finish this, you guys will have to tell me whether you like the painted way or the regular way. That's good. We're going to wait and paint that because I didn't get to finish the other side. While this is drying, we're going to do the Looking Sharp and then the Tumbleweed on this part. Plant Mom. I'm going to do Looking Sharp. I'm going to do this one in Nominee. All right, let me see what have I missed here from y'all. I missed. Okay, so there's Nominee. This month's color, y'all, I keep forgetting which direction I am. This month's color is similar to Nominee. So this was our first ever color of the month that was a metallic. And obviously you can see it's gold. And I actually like this one better than our shimmer gold. This month called Disco. Oh, go ahead, Barb. Don't get in trouble, girl. Thanks for joining us. We are glad to have you here. Is silver metallic. So it's different than the shimmer. It's metallic like this, and it's called Disco. And that is still available, you guys. Just need a little tiny piece here. So we're excited. Everybody loves the metallics. It's just a really neat way to create with. And we even started offering Dixie Belle in gold and silver. So that is like a substitute to Rub and Buff. Something different, but it's similar to Rub and Buff. It's a different product line. So we have that available on the website now too. So pretty. Glides on super nicely. Okay. So Looking Sharp, baby. Pull that back. I mean, that would even be cute on a little kid's thing. Look at that, guys. Isn't that fun? Put that down. Okay. We're going to do our Tumbleweed. little tumbleweeds. We're going to do those in the color that I made in the pesto, or in the pesto. So I am going to use the sage on the back sides of these, I think. Trying to be careful because my Nomedy is still wet, and I just got that off the edge there too, but I can clean it up. So there's my little tumbleweed. Isn't that fun? I could add another element. I think that's part of the tumbleweed too, so I could add that. Put those on the side. I might put it at the base of them. Right? Super fun. Let's see if I can clean that piece up. Got it here where I didn't want to. Keep checking my fingers because I could tell I have it all over my fingers. I'm not worried about it because it's chalk paste, but I don't want to get it other places. Okay, so we're going to set that down to dry before I paint the top. Let's just make sure this stuff is dry. And we're going to put a layer of wax on. Or maybe we won't. Maybe we'll live dangerously and we won't put wax on this time. Sorry, Tammy, I was supposed to be done by now, but I got on here later than I planned. Life. Hashtag life. Okay. So we are going to use our sage on these guys. And I am only going to fuzz it a tiny bit, because it's got a ton of silkscreen on this one too. I'm not going to fuzz it. We're going to see. I mean, I'm not going to wax it. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see. We're going to see. Okay, let's get it. That's what I love about creating is as I'm sitting here doing it, I'm thinking of other ideas. Sometimes you can just look at a transfer and say, I don't know what I would do with that. But then once you get creating with it, you can think of other ideas that are spurred from using that particular design. And I truly believe that the more you create, the more creative you get. I think you just kind of have to tap into it. And I think for most of us, I know for me, for so many years, I just kind of tamped that down and just didn't have time. So I just didn't tap into that. And I think we just, a lot of times for everyday life, we don't. So once you can tap into it, then all of a sudden you start getting all these other ideas. So then sometimes it's just finding the time to do it. Okay, so I can still feel that that chalk paste is a little thicker than I want it to be. And I have a feeling it's going to pull off some of the paint that I did, which it is, but I'm kind of okay with it. I was kind of going for that look, but can you guys see that? Again, it's not super It's not super bright and obvious, but I kind of like it. I think my daughter will like it because it's not bright. So this one, I'm going to put some chalk paste on. I mean some, sorry, wax. See, I have that right underneath my light, which is going to dry it out. Or do we try, maybe we'll try it with the, dark, that other green. All right, guys, we'll try it. Just going to put a real light layer of wax to try to hold my chalk paste that I used as paint in place, so that the sticker part doesn't pull it up. That's why you want to make sure it's dry 100%. Oh, you guys, I am so sorry. I'm trying my hardest to keep over here where the light is for you guys, and I keep getting out of camera frame. I apologize. Okay. Now, let that sit for a minute. Let's pull this, and we'll just use some of this on my squeegee. We'll mix it in here, and we'll go with that. This, we'll go ahead and paint so it has a chance to dry while we're doing this last piece. I have some really nice brushes. Some of my brushes are Chalk Couture brushes. We do have an artist tool set, so I do love those. But then I have such a hodgepodge over here, guys, because I've been collecting paintbrushes for a long time, and I don't have to throw them out very often. And then if I see new ones that I think I might like, I grab those. All right, there we go. It's done. All that. And we're going to kind of create our own little color scheme going on here. Get rid of that. I'm making a lot of work for myself with cleaning up. I did last night too. I had so much to clean up. Okay, so this is a cross between pesto and sage, which are the two of the colors that come with the kit. Now, if it was me, I'd probably do it in the bright lime that I have, but that's those two colors kind of combined is what this is. Where did I put the transfer? There it is. All right, last but not least, and then we'll be finished, guys. Forgot to cut that. Okay, now you can see. I don't even know if y'all need that one. I feel like this one is giving us plenty of light. Wish I had recognized that sooner. All right, I'm not fuzzing it. I waxed it, and I've got a lot of silk screen, so I'm not even fuzzing it, guys. And I know this doesn't have to be perfect anyway, because my daughter loves vintage stuff. She loves stuff that's not perfect. Her and her fella had their 3-year anniversary this past Friday, and they spent Saturday going over into Tennessee, and she said we found there's some antique stores that had stuff in there. He was a history major, so he likes stuff like that. And too, and she just likes old stuff. She likes even older stuff than I do, really. She's definitely likes that kind of stuff, vintage things. And so she said she found it. She's been looking for a dresser for her bedroom. She found that at a place there, and a very good price. And they found a couple other little things. So that was like their idea of fun for their anniversary. Now you wouldn't be able to drag my husband would be like, yeah, I'll go with you. And then he'd probably sit in the car and watch golf on his phone, because that is not his idea of fun. He'll go with me anywhere. He would go every place with me, but he's not necessarily one of those that enjoys going and browsing places like that. He's much more of a activity guy. So for his birthday, we will be doing an activity. Hopefully the weather will agree on Sunday. Okay, there we go. All done. Again, I've made a mess for me to clean up, but I had fun making the mess. Look at this. Ready? Let's see how that one turns out. Yeah, it still pulled off some of my paint. Look, because of the wax, didn't let it cure probably. But isn't that fun? Now I can even touch up those areas, you guys. That's what it is with the paint. It's okay. It's okay. I can even touch up some of those areas if I want, so it's not so glaringly white. Just dab, because that's a big old white hunk. Just dab. But she'll like it that it looks kind of, you can do the same thing on this one. Didn't think about that. Just dab on the edges. So when you're waxing something that you've either painted or chalked, but it will tell you on the back of the wax that you should let it sit for 20 minutes or so. I could have dried it and buffed it in better, but I didn't. We do different things on the lives than we would probably do in person. So this one is definitely more subtle. Definitely more subtle, right? But I like things brighter. She might like this side better. Even though to me, this was the side that didn't turn out as good. It's all about perspective. Okay, so all of this is done. I'm just going to dry it so we can assemble it. I could add more sagebrush to the sides if I wanted. Isn't it cute? Thanks for hanging in there with me, my friend Christy. Hopefully you're multitasking. If you're like me, I'm always multitasking. Just make sure everything's dry. Plant Mom, looking sharp. Painted the top. Got a cute little border here. Pretty fly for a cacti. And a cool little flower on the side. I guess that's probably a cactus flower. I'm going to dry these. Especially at the bottom, because I'm going to put them into these little things. And then, I don't know, man. Maybe put this one over here on this side. And then remember, we have the cool papaya on the back side. Right? What's that one say? Oh, maybe it matters. It does matter. Does it matter? Oh, it is. They're made a certain way. Pretty fly for a cacti. Let's do it this way. Can't tell. Yeah, I don't know if they're the same size or different size. We'll check. I can't tell. I think they're the same size, y'all. All right, let's just go for it. I need two hands, apparently. Look how cute. How cute. Maybe I'll be set up tomorrow. Maybe if I leave everything like this, it'll be set up tomorrow and I won't have to worry about it. I still like this one. Pretty fly for a cacti. I think I'm going to put it that way. She can flip them around however she wants them. So they fit in there pretty snug. You guys. So we could do this. Or we can do this. Or we can do this. And aren't they going to look super cute wherever she puts them? I love it. Before I send these off to her, like I said, I am going to trace these onto a couple different things for stencils. I'll probably do it on a piece of cardboard. I'll probably do it, the cardboard will hold up well. If I do it on a piece of cardboard, I have a stencil now. And then I can use that on foam, watercolor, chalkboard paper, chalk suede paper, excuse me. Or even, you can even use these on cardstock, you guys. But you could do the design actually on the cardstock and then fussy cut it. Okay, it's just called taking a pair of scissors and cutting it. That's all. That's what fussy cutting is. If you've ever heard that. All right, guys, that's my project for today. Sorry I ran later. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was fun for you as it was for me. And come and join me tomorrow. I am going to be on with Take 5 on Valentine's Day for at 3 o'clock. I will be on at 3 o'clock with another fun project. Got to decide between now and then what it's going to be, but I hope you guys will come and join me. And until I see you next time, please be safe, be healthy, and be blessed, and have a great afternoon. See you guys. Bye.